I'm having a hard time with the lack of training that this bill would require. And this is a personal issue because as a gun owner, I would not be a gun owner if I didn't have to have my concealed carry. I would not have been comfortable carrying a gun. I didn't grow up on a farm, and I didn't grow up knowing how to shoot. I had never shot a gun when I took my class. So, I just my comfort level would not have been. I just wouldn't have purchased a gun. So I'm not sure that I understand the argument that the gun ownership and the concealed carry class and training is actually going to go up if we pass this bill. So I'm really conflicted. I really have concerns when the police testify that this is a potential safety issue. And, I guess I have some questions. Does this eliminate background checks? Does this preclude, I guess it doesn't really preclude anyone from carrying openly because we know that we already have that provision, but does this eliminate background checks?
No, I'm Marty Daly. I'm a concealed carry instructor.
Uh-huh.
No, it does not eliminate background checks. In fact, as the gentleman said, the state police do background check approximately every 30 days on all concealed carry holders.
But if we don't have this training, how are we going to do those background checks, and how are we going to know that folks are law-abiding citizens?
That's the main issue, is that people who do not get a concealed carry license, there's no background check that will be done on them unless there's some other reason for it.
Right, and that is my concern. I still have a lot of questions. I think that, there's some things that we can talk about, whether it's training requirements at the point of purchase or, and I understand that there are duplicative background checks, one with concealed carry classes, I guess, and then one at the point of purchase now. Do we need that? There might be some room to give, but, I'm pretty uncomfortable with this right now, the way it's written. That being said, I'm sure there are other comments, and I'll let that all happen. I'm just struggling here.
Representative Maddox.
Yes, Representative Mosier, currently in the state of Kentucky, law-abiding citizens can openly carry who are statutorily eligible to possess a firearm. They can do so without any permit and without any training. Essentially, it comes down to the difference of wearing an outer garment, such as a jacket, over the firearm or not. And as one can reasonably conclude, there is nothing about me having this outer garment that provides any type of training or enables me to safely operate a firearm. And I will make an argument on behalf of myself currently. For a female, there is the argument to be made that open carrying is potentially more dangerous than concealed carrying, in so much as someone who is of greater stature could apprehend me and take the firearm from me and use it against me. Therefore, I think that, to mirror the arguments that Senator Smith made in the Senate, this very much is a function of allowing women to protect themselves and their children in public as well. And also, I heard a comment earlier about owning a firearm being a privilege. That is not a privilege. Owning a firearm for law-abiding citizens is a right. It is absolutely a right. And it is currently being treated as a privilege, much similar to driving on our highways, for instance, which is a privilege. We should not, law-abiding citizens should not, particularly those over the age of 21 under these conditions, have to ask permission from our government and pay recurrent fees to be able to exercise our Second Amendment rights. Nothing in this bill changes anything about where you can possess a firearm, nor does it prohibit the right of an individual property owner to disallow firearms. It does not change any statute that's governing the use or misuse of firearms. or any other component. What this does simply is allows people who are legally eligible to carry a firearm to do so without that permit. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Nemus.